viewers video, submitting stories, and just how does a GPS receiver work. Have a nice day and enjoy Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. Hi there, and welcome to episode 10 of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. I'm Icenrye, thanks for watching. If you're new to the show, briefly what the show is about, it's me, a video camera, we go out, we do some geocaching, throw in a few hints, tips, and tricks, throw it all together, upload it on the internet, so you can download it and watch it at your own leisure. And if you're a regular viewer, thanks for sticking around, I really appreciate your patronage. So, what's been happening lately? Well, the big thing is this last week, Abel, my new border collie, made his ring debut in the sport of agility. And I got a few highlights here to roll along, and it was an incredible weekend. We competed in a class called the Starters class, where all beginning dogs start. And out of 8 different runs, we had 5 qualifying scores. And very proud of the new kid. He did very, very well. I'm looking forward to competing in the future with Abel. So, what's coming up in today's episode? Well, we got all kinds of good things. First off the bat, we got an article on how to contribute a story to Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. I'm getting a lot of people saying, hey, how can I get something on your show, but I don't have a video camera? And I'll show you what to do. It's real easy. If you got a camera, a microphone, a computer, you're set. You can have an article on Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. And then we have an actual viewer's contribution. Pablo Mac, all the way from Lebanon, Oregon, sent me an actual video project of him and his family going out and placing a couple of caches. Now, if you're like me, a regular listener to the Podcaster podcast, yes, it's the same Pablo Mac who did the Lebanon Pizza Bash. And great guy, great video. I really enjoy it, and you're going to like it too. What else do we have? Well, most of the emails I get from people are saying, how exactly does this handheld thing tell you where the little Tupperware box is? And I've always been meaning to do an article on how exactly a GPS receiver works. But it's extremely complicated. It gets into math and physics and all kinds of really weird geek science. And I have a hard enough time getting my XP box going, let alone knowing what an atomic clock is or pseudo-random code. However, there's a really good website out there that I found and uses flash animation and takes you all the way from the explanation of the actual 24 satellites out in outer space to how it triangulates and how it calculates signals, and it's a really, really good site. It's a brief look because, well, you just have to go there and see it yourself. But that's also coming up in this month's Geo Site of the Month. And of course, as usual, I always got a little bit of geocaching. Some footage I shot back in September here, just north of town. A couple of caches also by a group called themselves Team RLC. And if you remember, I featured 2 of their caches in episode 5. And here it is 5 episodes later in episode 10. And I'm featuring a couple more of their caches. Now, if the background scenery looks vaguely familiar, yes, that's Mr. PG. That's sort of the symbol of Prince George. And this is where I shot the opening sequence for episode 1 way back in Easter of 2005. So here it is. We're a couple weeks away from Easter 2006. This almost marks the 1-year anniversary of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. And it's been a fun year. I've had a lot of fun doing this. And again, thank you all for watching. Anyways, enough babbling for now. Let's get on with some news. Alright, so what's up in news? Well, first off, Frappr map. Hey guys, those pins keep coming in. I'm up to 182 as of this taping, and it just keeps growing by leaps and bounds. I remember it was just not too long ago I was saying, wow, man, I got the 100th pin on my map, and now I'm just 18 short of 200. Guys, I really appreciate you putting your pins on my map, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my website. In the top right-hand corner, there's a little icon there, Frappr map. Click on it and add your name to my Frappr map. Let me know where he is. And again, Frappr Maps is just a classic, good old-fashioned wall map that you stick pins in and just let everybody know where you are, not where you is. I'm sorry, I have to correct myself on my grammar. Next, well, by the time you're watching this, it's now April. So Podcast Alley's reset all its votes, so we're back down to 0. So it's a once-a-month nagging reminder. Get over to podcastalley.com, vote for Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. Again, the more votes I get, the more exposure I'll get, the more viewers will watch this show, and the more people will be exposed to this great sport of geocaching. Again, to vote, go to my website, www.icenrye.com, and look for the little chiclet on the left side of the menu. And all I have to do is enter your email address, because it'll send you a confirmation to make sure that you are indeed you. And voila, you can vote. It's just that easy. Coin update. Well, just today in the mail, I got a whole bunch of new Geo coins from Daryl, W4, and Firefly. These are their signature items, and man, they are absolutely gorgeous coins. And Daryl and Firefly are regular viewers of the Geocaching Videozine, and they sent me a note saying, hey, we really like what you're doing. We're going to send you a bunch of our signature items, these coins. And guys, thank you very much. The bright gold one is just absolutely gorgeous, and they also sent me a group of what they call bronze. I call them almost brass-like, and I have 4 of them that are extra, and I'll be coming up with some ideas in the future on what to do for them. So in the meantime, you're going to have to stay tuned to the show to find out just how exactly you too can get one of these signature beautiful coins. Skype. We've all heard of it. Voice over Internet Protocol technology. Great way to make phone calls anywhere in the world. Well, I now have a Skype voice mailbox. And if you ever want to leave me a message, and instead of sending me email or something like that, you can just Skype me. Just look up Icenrye on Skype, or go to my website, Icenrye.com, and on the left side in the menu bar, there's a little button there. You can click it. It'll fire up your Skype program and automatically dial me up. Leave me a message. I'd like to hear from you. And yes, it is possible to play the messages in this Videozine, so I can have viewers' audio segment. So if you normally get your episodes of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine through iTunes, you now know about the Icenrye Geocaching Videozine Microcache Edition. And for those of you who don't know, the Microcache Edition is now my once-a-week, 5-minute sort of little micro show. And I might actually be changing the title in the future, because Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine Microcache Edition almost takes me 5 minutes to say, and it's only a 5-minute program. So I think I'll just call it the Microzine. But anyways, what the Microzine is, it's once a week, it's 5 minutes, short, sweet, and quick. And what it's going to have are a lot of really short segments that I just don't want to fit into my normal show. And it'll also have teasers of upcoming episodes. For example, if you've seen the previous 3 episodes, you've seen a little bit of the Team RLC caching that's coming up, you've seen a little bit of the Site of the Month that's coming up, and you've seen a little bit of the Pablo Mac video that's coming up. And I'll also be featuring a lot of little hints, tips, and tricks, and little things. For example, I showed you how to use a compass. This is a little bit I did on hydration, and the EXO Area 52 cache. And again, a lot of these is going to be fun caches and just little great things that I just don't have room for in the normal, hopefully once a month edition of the Videozine. So I'm going to throw them together once a week in the Microzine. And if you don't subscribe via iTunes, drop by my website, www.icenrye.com. And just like all my other episodes, you can link to the archive.org website to download in your favorite format. So anyways, that about wraps it up for current news. Let's get on with viewers' mail. Alright, viewers' mail. First you hear from Extreme Jeep, and he writes, Hey Icenrye, just thought I'd stop in and say hello. Catching up on a few of your episodes I missed while moving to my new house. I'm somewhat new to geocaching, as I've only been doing it for about 5 months now, but I have to tell you, I've found your Videozines very informative. One thing that has stuck out to me is your good choice of music in each episode. You should put together a compilation of this music, if possible. It would be something good to listen to in cars between caches. A fellow geocacher and myself are planning to do the cam this year, and we'll be taking a lot of pictures and notes along our trip all over Maryland on this geocache scavenger hunt. Be glad to send you pictures when we are done if you're interested. Keep up the good work. Well, Extreme Jeep, that's an excellent idea. I would love to hear stories and pictures from your tour this summer. And as for the music, well, since episode 5 and onwards, all my music has been coming from the Podsafe Music Network. And again, I'll put links in my show notes. And I actually featured a specific artist on my webpage. But what Podsafe Music Network is music published by artists that's all licensed under the Creative Commons license. So you're free to go and use the music basically for whatever you like, as long as you A, don't make money, and B, give the artist credit. So at the end of my show, or at the end of the show now in the credits, I just give credits for all the songs I use. And as the cache starts, you'll also notice that I put down a little graphic on naming the song and the artist. Basically, if you like the music, it's there for the taking. Just go to the Podsafe Music Network. You might have to sign in as a podcast producer. That's no big deal. And just do a search on the band, and from there, find the songs you like. You can download them. They come down in MP3 format, and from there, you can burn them to a CD and listen to them anytime you like. Next, we hear from John Anderson, and he writes, "Hello there. I very much enjoyed your videos on geocaching. I've been geocaching for almost 1 year now, and it gets just more fun and fun. I wanted to thank you for the videos. Keep up the good work. Greetings from Denmark, Europe, John." Well, John, thanks for writing, and again, I love hearing from the Europeans. It is incredible how popular this show is on the other side of the ocean, which I think is that way. I'm actually facing sort of northwest right now. If I were to start walking in a straight line, I'd eventually end up in Alaska. But I'm always hearing from the Scandinavians, the Germans, the Danes, the Brits. Haven't heard from anybody in France yet. So, hey, if you're in France, write me something. I speak a little bit of French, not much. Let's see, what French do I speak? S'il vous plaît and merci. Okay, so probably explains why I haven't heard from a lot of people in France yet. But anyways, guys, thanks for the viewer's email. Keep it coming. You can write to me at geoicenrye@icenrye.com. So that wraps it up for the viewer's mail segment. Let's get on with our Frappr map shoutouts. Frappr map shoutouts. This month we give a shout out to Marshall 421, Athos and Louie, New Yorker, MJO, and Forest Dragon. Guys, thanks for putting your pen on my Frappr map. We'll have more shoutouts next month. Now, if you're curious to how you can get listed in my Frappr map shoutout section, well, first you have to put your pen on my Frappr map, which I explained earlier. The other thing is, upload a picture. The bigger, the better. Because I have to, sort of squeeze it down, but if I start with something big, then at least I squeeze it down and make it fit onto the TV screen. So, put your pen on the map, send a picture, and you too will get listed in the Frappr Maps shoutouts. But anyways, that's enough of this. Let's get on with the show. So first, we're going to start off with a segment on how you can contribute a story to Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. So a lot of people write and ask, hey, how can I submit a story to Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine? Well, there's a couple of ways that are very easy. The first way is video. If you have a video camera, take it with you geocaching, film what you do, let me know you have something, and I'll let you know how to get it to me. I'll actually get into more details on what to do in upcoming episodes. The other method is the good old-fashioned slideshow. We've all seen these before. People show pictures and they tell the story, and that's what this article is about. How to create a slideshow and get it featured on Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. And really, all it takes is two things: pictures and a story. So we're going to start off with the pictures, and this is what you do.
When you go caching, always take a camera with you. Don't be afraid to take lots of pictures. If you have a digital camera, that's even better. You can take as many pictures as your card will hold, Then once transferred to your computer, erase the card and start again. After transferring pictures, take the pictures you like and upload them to a photo server. There are a couple options available. You can post them to the cache log or use a service such as Flickr. Both of these will be discussed in future episodes. Next comes the storytelling. To do this, use an audio recording program such as Audacity, which is available for PC, Mac, or Linux. It's available free of charge. Next, grab a microphone and hook it up. The mic doesn't have to be great, you're just recording voice. Then fire up the program, talk away. When you're done, save the sound file, then let me know you have a story. I'll give you instructions on how to send the sound file, then I'll match the sound to your pictures and voila, one slideshow. Another great way to get audio to me is with Skype. Just look up Icenrye and leave a message in my mailbox. There's a link on my homepage. Lastly, if you're really shy, send me text with a link to the pictures and I'll read your story. It's just that simple. The finished product will look something like this. So it was a nice, warm, sunny Saturday morning in the central interior of British Columbia. And before sitting down to watching some great curling, I thought I'd go out and partake in a great Canadian tradition, coffee and donuts at Tim Hortons. So after my large double-double and my Canadian cream, I traveled next door to a place called Princess Auto. Now for those of you who don't know what this is, it's almost like a huge surplus store. But what I really like about Princess Auto is they have the best collection of geocache containers in the world. I've used them for little pillbox caches. I've used them for big caches. If you want ammo boxes, this is the place to go. So anyways, after exiting Princess Auto, I went back to my trusty vehicle and brought up my GPS just to basically figure out where the heck I was. It's still a new toy. It's fun. And after it settled in and showed me my coordinates, I checked to see if there was a cache nearby, and holy cow, there was. It was a cache called Stormcloud's Revenge, and it was actually within 100 meters. I figured, hey, I'm in the neighborhood, let's check it out. Well, anyways, so I looked at the extra clue, and it was a 4-1. So I knew it was on relatively level terrain, but actually finding the cache was difficult, and it's a micro. Well, anyways, I looked around for a while, and eventually did record a find. Now, just like the host of the famous show, I'm not going to give away any spoilers or anything like that, but let's just say the cache is in this area. But I'm not going to tell you any more. If you want to find out, you got to come to Prince George yourself and take a look for this cache. The cache is called Stormcloud's Revenge, and I totally enjoyed it.
So there you go. A simple slideshow, just done with pictures and simple narration. Okay, actually it was more of a Tim Hortons than a Princess Auto commercial, but it was Saturday and I was in a hurry, and if you ever had Tim Hortons coffee before, it's kind of like 10% water, 90% caffeine, so kind of gets you going in the morning. It's kind of like the national breakfast of Canada. If you've never been to Canada before, you get off the airplane in Canada, chances are there's a Tim Hortons in the airport somewhere. Go grab yourself a double-double, you'll be wired for the rest of the day. But anyways, that's it. That's all you basically have to do to get a story featured on Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. So, if you have anything, let me know. We'll take it from there, and I really look forward to getting your stories on an upcoming show. So I recently received an email from viewer Pablo Mac, and he wrote, Sheldon, he says, I got this great video, I'd like to send it to you. Would you like it? Great, yeah, sure. Send it on up. And wow, what a great video. This guy decided to do his own show, I'd be in big trouble. Anyways, so if you're ever in the, if you're from the Lebanon, Oregon area, you may not want to watch this because he gives away a couple of spoilers, but it's a really well done piece. So anyways, enough of me, let's roll it. Video from viewer Pablo Mac.
And we're on the way up the hill, Horse Butte. Some are more eager than others. That's the way we came up. We're taking a ride at the fork. Here's where we are right now. That way leads to Hardcore Cream Puff. Go. What do you like best about hiking?
Eating.
Oh, no GPS required? Where's the old Walmart?
Is that Lebanon?
What school is that down there, Amy?
Look. Where? Here. I don't see it. Let's see. Oh!
GPS is averaging. The geocache is placed. We have coordinates within 11 feet of accuracy. The cache is under the obligatory unnatural pile of sticks. If you approach the cache from the other side, it's a little rougher. There it is. Here's a spoiler segment. There's a cache container. This log. Look at that log.
So how does the GPS work? It's magic, okay? It's magic. You turn it on, it tells you where you are. That's basically how it works. Okay, it's a bit more complicated than that, but I'm not going to fill you in on it because, well, you don't really want to hear a boring lecture from me. So this month's Geo Site of the Month is by a company called Trimble and explains how a GPS works. So let's fire it up. This month's Geo Site of the Month.
So our Geo Site of the Month is produced by a company called Trimble, and the site's called YGPS. And what this is an absolutely wonderful tutorial site on the Global Positioning Satellite. And it goes through and explains what it is and how it works, and it actually gets into quite geeky detail, as a matter of fact. But what I really liked about this tutorial site is that throughout the site there are these flash animations. And it shows you pictures of what they actually talk about. So you'll see each page will be divided into two sections. That'll be the upper section, up in here, where you'll see an illustrated picture, and then down below is all the text area. Now over here on the left side you have your basic menu, and they explain all about the GPS, why it is, how it works exactly, giving the triangulation, measuring distance, and timing. So they discuss everything from the pseudo-random code to the atomic clock to how it needs 3 satellites plus the 4th satellite to give you the exact position. Has a good section of articles here on error correction. And again, everything's all illustrated. And they even get into how it calculates when you're inside the city, and the signals bouncing off of walls and bouncing off of buildings, and the signal even gets bounced around in the atmosphere. And once it's all done, it gets into putting it to work. An overview, as they say. And it has different applications, everything from location to telling you to where you are, to navigation on how to get there, tracking where you've been, mapping, how GPS is used to create maps of the world, and timing, which is a feature a lot of people don't talk about with their GPS receiver. The thing you have to remember about your GPS receiver, that's actually a handheld atomic clock. So if you ever want to know what time it really is, just simply take a look at that. It'll tell you. So this is the Trimble website. It's available from www.trimble.com/GPS. An absolutely incredible website and tutorial on how exactly a GPS receiver works. So check it out. This month's Geo Site of the month.
Alright, so what would an episode of the Videozine be without caching? So we're back in Prince George now, last September. Beautiful fall colors. A couple caches from Team RLC. The Chaco Crossing and Highlands End. Let's roll them, let's watch and enjoy. Now standing above the Chaco River near Prince George, and sure enough nearby is a cache. It's called the Chaco Crossing by Team RLC. It's within about 20 meters of where I am, and as you can hear by the background noise, it's actually quite a busy bridge here, so don't want to spend a lot of time standing here talking. So let's grab the receiver, grab the camera, and off we go. Let's find this sucker. The Chaco Crossing by Team RLC.
Up to my usual bag of tricks. Way past curfew, getting late. Fog in the windows you can almost taste.
Success, found it. Not too bad of a find. I like where it was. Anyways, I got the cache behind me, and we're just going to zoom in and take a look at this sucker. Let's see what's in it. Team RLC, you found it. Book, pencil, various little trading doodads. Let me see, it's a fairly small cache. Pencil sharpener, good idea. Okay, so we're going to sign the book, do a trade, off to the next cache. So just a short way up the road from the Chaco Crossing is Highlands End, also by Team RLC. The cache generally takes you to this little plateau area where I'm standing, where you have an incredible view of the valley just below me. And with this time of the year being fall in the central interior with the leaves changing color, it's a gorgeous sight to see. So anyways, cache Highlands End is approximately about 10-15 meters from where we're standing, and I'm sure I can find it. I hope. I've been having terrible luck lately, but that's for another show. Anyway, so it's nearby. Let's go find it. Highlands End by Team RLC.
Interior showing signs of mange. New one drove away, it was all arranged. Couldn't help feeling a little strange.
Found her. Yeah, good find. I like it. Very nice hiding spot. Traditional geocaching hiding spot. Anyways, I got the cache wide open, so let's flip the camera around and see what's inside this sucker. Here's our cache container. Smiling face seems to be a theme with these guys. I like it. Cute. So what's inside here? Well, we had a hacky sack ball, a couple of coins, and believe it, a logbook. Someone left a giant size logbook. I don't know how they got it into the bag, but they did. Little carabiner chain ring, Hot Wheels car, another one of their "Have a nice day" type plastic characters, the logbook that I've already signed. Now for trading. I am into cars. So I'm going to take this little Hot Wheel cart home, and in its place, I'm going to trade this Hot Wheels cart. So Highlands End by Team RLC. Nice, easy, quick cache just off of Foothills Boulevard here in the northern end of Prince George, BC. Check it out if you're ever in the area. Well, that about wraps it up for another episode of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. Thanks for watching. So just a couple quick notes just before we take off. Remember, Frappr Maps, vote for me on Podcast Alley. And if you're in the Lower Mainland, April 8th, Coquitlam, Cache Blitz 2006. So in the meantime, in between time, that's it. Another episode of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. Until then, cache on.